Sophisticated ignorance. Oh, hot damn. Oh, here we go again.
Was that your rap?
Oh no, my rapping days are over. I don't do those things. I don't do those things. Speaking of rappers, um, did we ever fully talk about Rihanna and ASAP Rock? He's been getting a lot of flack. Like, I mean, the whole situation has been getting a lot of flack. But we kind of talked about it, but we didn't fully talk about it in the sense of like, yo, Rihanna's not giving us music anymore, and I think people just need to accept it.
I mean, she do what she want to do. She's just like me.
Is she? What do you and Rihanna have in common? What are the similarities?
We are strong-minded. We don't care what people think about us. We are able to voice our opinions. We both have some successful businesses. We are boss women, and we are both from the Caribbean. Anything else?
What is the business? You lost me at that one.
You're choosing violence like you do every day.
I'm not choosing violence.
And I have not posted your previous rap career. So let's hold on to that. Okay.
So
let's hold on to that. So I did that out of respect, but it looks like you are choosing violence and cutting at the knees.
My previous rap career.
So do you want to pull back before, I just want to keep it amicable as possible between us, and you can keep it and I will keep it under wraps as well too.
Wowzer. First of all,
is that the deal, or are we not doing a deal right now?
My rap career completely buried. Good luck finding it. And if you do find it, then I'm blocking you. So
you sent it to me. You forgot?
When? Years ago? Ages ago?
I don't forget nothing.
I might have deleted that evidence. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you're deleting it right now. I see you.
I've never been a part of a rap duo in college. I've never done any of those things. And for those who think that they know, y'all don't know.
All right, say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
No, but for real, when I used to quote unquote rap in college, I was inspired by Kanye, which yikes, messy. We haven't even talked about him. Don't want to. No, thank you. But yeah, I was inspired by Kanye and all that stuff, and it was like, yo, I want to have my humble beginnings in my college dorm room with my roommate, and we were just. The year was 2000, and 7, 5, whatever year that was. There was a lot going on. So, yes, I will sit here and admit I did try to be a rapper and it just didn't work out for me. And that is okay that it didn't, because look where I am now.
My throat legit went dry.
You gotta start drinking more water.
It's fizzy. It has nothing to do with water. My throat physiologically went dry as soon as that statement fell from your lips. It was a response to what you said.
I hear you loud and clear.
We're here. No, we're trying. I'm here. I'm your friend first and foremost, and
yes,
we are trying. Yes, we are trying. So yeah.
Okay. Your words to God's ears. That's all I gotta say. That's my thought. That's on that one.
Oh my goodness.
Woo, that is gold and hilarious.
Another day, another episode.
Another day, another episode. You're right. Anyway, welcome back to Sophisticated Ignorance, the podcast. Thank you guys for coming back to listen. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate y'all every day, all day. I'm Vixon J.
Are you? I'm not sure. What's your
I would hope. We're not going to go there. I thought we're burying that part of my life. No more raps.
Well, no now my mouth is moist now, so I can talk.
I don't like the way that sounded at all. So let's just swiftly move along to who you are, so the audience knows.
I'm kind of embarrassed now because you're making me feel bad. But moist is one of my favorite words.
Why?
It's your girl Rovie. Why is moist?
Why? What is name two good things about the word moist that should have everyone using it in their daily language? Just the way you have
Moist
to shape your mouth moist. Oh, come on now, don't do that. Man.
Moist can be, climate related. You can talk about the moisture outside, the density of the air. You can also talk about other things that might be moist or steamy or, misty. Fuck you. That's the next.
I did. I said and
your
did
face.
Nothing. I'm just listening.
Your face. You know what? Your nonverbals telling me so much more than your verbals.
Well, you need to stop being a nonverbal translator. So I don't know what's going on because I'm just listening. You gave it 2 reasons. Good job. I don't. Well, whatever.
Okay, so what's a word that's that you like? Let the judgment ensue.
What's a word that I like that people don't like? Or
I didn't say people didn't like moist. I'm sure a lot of people like the word moist.
No, a lot of people don't like
moist bread. You get some moist
moist bread.
I don't know why moist bread. That's not what I meant, but shut up.
Moist bread.
I am leaving. Gosh. I'm packing up right now. I don't know if you know this, but I am packing up. So
this is a non-moist podcast, okay? Let's just let the record reflect.
Listen, when I use moist, people like it. They like it. So
all right. Well, keep that to your audience, okay? Because no, thank you. I don't want to turn people off here. Anyway, so moving swiftly along. Speaking of moisture, today's topic. Today's topic is all about work and how some of us are lazy people out here that are apparently not working hard enough.
Rihanna's working. Work.
Rihanna has been working, but now she's chilling.
In moist climates.
Yikes, yuck. No. Nope. You tried it. No, thank you. No, thank you, ma'am.
Just because you're not for it, somebody's out there is going to be for it.
Right. Somebody's yuck is someone else's yum.
Why is it yuck?
Some people just
you
don't
think
like
it's yuck, son. Right? And some people do. So why are you putting judgment on it and then saying it's yucky? That is very one-sided.
We're going to start a poll.
All right, fine.
And we'll see what's what. That's it. Let the people them decide. Anyway, so yes, we're gonna talk like Rihanna.
I can't stand you.
We are gonna talk about the essence of hard work. And this was all inspired actually by Kim Kardashian of all people. Despite the shenanigans that she's going through in her personal life, she had the chance or the opportunity or the platform to speak out on Variety, where she made some very specific comments about work ethic that a lot of people were on some bitch what because Kardashian. But yeah, so I just want to read this statement, and I think just her coming out with this just covers a whole bunch of conversations and topics that kind of opened up from everybody dragged on the timeline respectfully because she doesn't have enough going on. But yeah, so Kim Kardashian was talking with her family about the Kim Kardashian show or the Kardashian clan or whatever it is. But either way,
keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, the Kardashian show. That's in other words what it's called. But nonetheless. I mean, I don't watch it, so what do I care? So yes, Kim Kardashian was featured in Variety, and she made the statement that everybody has been buzzing about recently. So she says here, I have the best advice for women in business. Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
So vulgar.
So vulgar, right? And further goes on to say, Um, who gives a fuck? We focus on the positive. We work our asses off. If that's what you think, then sorry. We just don't have the energy for that. We don't have to sing or dance or act. We get to live our lives. Hey, we made it. I don't know what to tell you. She says she's just being factual. With all due respect and with love, I'm not like being a bitch. I That was my best Kardashian, um, you know, analogy or
Flaps.
mocking. Yes,
Flaps.
I should be an actor, but that's not the point. So yes, so all these words that she said in the article have hit the timeline, and everyone's just like, "Yo, Kim Kardashian, the fuck you talking about? You were born with all types of spoons in your mouth. What you talking about? Hard work. All you have to do is put on these spanks or put on these minks, kinks, spinks, kinks. What is it? What's the bag?
Skims.
Right,
Skims.
right. Yep, those two. And put on the skims and go to work. And even, and I'm gonna read another statement later about that because she does talk about her skims line. And but yeah, so basically it's just like, yo, you were basically born, privileged, but you know about hard work. Other people out here have been working hard, for a long time. You come out here with your big privilege and your fancy shows and your fancy kids and talk about, just get up and work. Everyone's lazy, and rightfully so. I mean, based on just that anecdote or just that's quote, it's her basically saying like, "Yo, people out here are lazy. They just don't work hard enough." So, what are your initial responses to what she was saying?
I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, not the Kardashians show. Like a little teeny bopper like myself, like I don't know why I was so.
That show's been on forever, yo.
Yeah, I've been involved in it in a while, and I kind of fell off afterwards. But I do remember like the evolution of her, Courtney, and Khloe, and what her using her voice or whatever. One of the things that pointed out to me was when Courtney was like, "Yeah, I agree," when she said that, and I remember vividly in one episode, even though Courtney was the only one that went to college, that girl said she didn't want to work. So it was the hypocrisy for me where she's like, yeah, Kim, go girl. I agree with what you're saying about people need to fucking work and get off their asses, but I don't do shit my damn self but twiddle my thumb. I was like, this hoe, how is she going to agree to something that she don't even work for? My other issue, along with her having privilege, is her coming on and how Kim is usually her calm, quiet, sing-songy voice, guys, and everything is like over calculated, and she has a tone about herself and what she says. I don't know if she's trying to put in the essence of being quote unquote real, but maybe this is the spin where being real went wrong. The way that she said it, it was like she was basically giving the whole world a subtweet. And it was like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, there are people who work hard. She doesn't see how her wealth allows her to work as much as she can. A lot of people during the pandemic had to quit their job. She's afforded childcare or have people looking after her kids. Hell, she could even afford surrogacies so she don't have to ruin her body. That's her moneymaker, so she can still continue to quote unquote work. A lot of people had to quit their jobs. A lot of women, a lot of men had to stay at home to take care of their children during the pandemic. A lot of people have to do different jobs and have more than one job just to make ends meet because gas prices are going up, rent is going up, food is going up, everything is going up. So she's talking from a narrative that she knows nothing about. And I think a lot of people had an issue with that. I personally have an issue with it, but it didn't affect me much because I know that she doesn't know what she's talking about. You know what I mean? So it didn't hit me as hard where I'm like, oh, okay, this is something, again, another Kardashian says, another opinion that they're talking about, which they don't really know much about. I know, and she's tried her hardest to be more relatable and be more open to the public and seem as real as possible. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's like she's projecting what she wants to do, but in a bad way. Like it didn't go down the right road. Like
no,
she wants to emphasize that she's been working hard when she's not that work hard girl boss. She's had a lucky break and people idolize her and she's an influencer. And you know what? If I was in her shoes, I'll do the same thing. I'll be successful in my business, try to work to get my millions, work on my skims, hook up with my little sister. At one point in time, she didn't even want to hook up with Kylie. I remember one time she did not want, I remember this episode, she did not want Kylie to start doing makeup. And then afterwards she said she saw that she couldn't stop the influential train. So instead of trying to fight Kylie as a quote unquote boss in her head, she joined forces and did like this Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner cosmetics line for a bit so she can still be a part of the limelight. But you know, maybe she just wanted to get on her soapbox so people recognize her as a hard worker. But it was received poorly. It wasn't delivered well, and it was more of like a lash out to shame people, and it didn't end well.
But guess what? I mean, she did say she wasn't being a bitch. She was just being factual.
A lot of people who say that coincidentally are being bitchy. You know that.
Being so you're saying that you're saying there's a irony here.
Definitely.
Wow.
I'm surprised that her mother didn't say anything, because her mother's the genius. Actually,
what was her mom gonna say? Agree.
Her mom.
All these lazy bums out here. Give me a break.
You know what? And that's so funny. Out of everybody who's working, I think that Kris Jenner is the one that should be saying, "Get your fucking ass up and work."
But for a while,
and then talk to her daughters when she's saying that. It seems like none of y'all wants to work. Get up off your fucking asses and work.
But the irony is that for a long time, we were always bashing that Kardashian clan for like not working or being rich for doing nothing, right? So now that, you know, I mean, Kim, you know, call a spade a spade. She does have her businesses and her lines or whatever. So she is working more now than before. So I just think it's very just important.
Is working hard, is working more now equal to working hard?
Well, that's one of the questions that I was going to raise, where even okay, just taking away from Kim Kardashian, right? Because her statements are very just, you know, blind, not really blind, but her statements are just very narrow-minded and whatever. But just translating it to us, right? Because, you know, we've always been shoved down our throats, work hard, hustle, do this, do that, do this. And, you know, some of us really subscribe to that type of lifestyle where it's like, yo, if I'm not working hard, then what am I? What am I doing out here? You know, we fall into the guises of imposter syndrome where it's like, yo, you know, the type of job or the type of things I'm doing now, do I even deserve to be here? I didn't even work for it. So we really have this stigma of pitting people who work hard versus people who don't work at all. And there's an elitism in that the people who quote unquote work hard are much better than the people who don't work as hard or don't work, period. Right. And that's already an issue in itself. But in that question of, you know, is working hard damaging or inspiring, you know, we really have to look at ourselves and say, you know, is working hard, to your point, you know, or working more equate to working hard? So that's a question.
I don't know. I know people who I can't answer that. I don't think it does, but then it's so individualized to the person, because it can equate, working hard can equate to hard work as well too. But then there's also those underdog stories where a mom who wants to own a business but they can't, you know what I mean? And they have kids and they work 2 jobs and they work from like 11 to 7 one night and then turn around and do a 9 to 5 job and turn right back around and go back to their 11 to 7 just to keep a roof over her children's head. And equating that kind of hard work does not mean that she's not working hard. She's working hard, but she's not getting the same success and benefits as quote unquote a businesswoman like Kim Kardashian has. And that's where the issue lies. Those are the underdog stories that don't come to light, where they want a business, but they can't have it. She has been handed a business. Like even before she was born with her parents, her privileged parents. And even if they didn't get famous, she still would have a good lifestyle, regardless of TV, social media, whatever, Ray J sex tape, whatever it was that put her on. If that didn't happen, Kim Kardashian would have still been okay. And a lot of people who are working hard just won't be. And they'll continue to work hard with those double shifts trying to make ends meet. And then for her to sit there and say, hey, you're not a part of this type of income or this type of demographic. So maybe if you just worked a little bit harder, maybe you can make about 7 million in 2 hours.
Right. But I mean, that's wild. Like, but I think some people equate working hard to working more, right? And working more doesn't necessarily mean that you're working hard. Working more just means you're either having to compensate for, financially, you're trying to compensate for the amount of money that you are making that you need to maintain a lifestyle or maintain, what you have going on. So I think we really need to be mindful of how we utilize or we use those both terms. So for example, like, at our jobs, we work hard. I would say that we work hard in a regard, right? But that means, but we're working hard in the confines of our, the moment we get into the moment we get out, right? And there's some days where we don't do as much work as other days, but that doesn't mean we don't work hard. You know what I mean? But I think when people think of work hard, you're thinking, yo, this person is like, from sun up to sun down, like, they have so much things going on. They're here, they're there, up, down. They got like, they're a quote unquote Jamaican with 5 jobs and whatever. So, I think when we hear work hard, we envision that. We envision somebody that got multiple hats on, has multiple positions and roles, and, they're just constantly on the move, right? But that, and it kind of goes back to the whole, notion of like the hustler. Like the hustler, we used to revere hustlers like back in the day, not really back in the day, but there was a point in the culture and whatever where it's like, yo, being a hustler is like the number one thing to be. You gotta be out here, you gotta be getting it, all that stuff. But then after a while, we discovered that being a hustler or doing all these things is not exactly the wave, because at the end of the day, you're hustling. Yeah, you're out there and you're going after what you want. But then if you're not taking care of self and doing all these things, then what is the point of hustling when it's getting you nowhere? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of the questions that I have is the age of the hustler dead? Like when was the last time you heard someone talk about, yo, I'm a hustler?
I mean, I don't think they say hustling, but for me, what I envision as 2022, 2020s hustling are people who are doing like Uber Eats, DoorDash, trying to pick up like the quote unquote odd jobs everywhere that people don't want to do, like the gardener or painting house or fixing like little things or, doing things that people don't want to do. So they just try to hustle as much money as they can. Now, unfortunately, that is stemmed to people who don't usually have like degrees. So it's like tunneled down into that. And that's where Kim Kardashian tries to, I feel like, as a rich person, tell poor people what to do with their money. You know what I mean? And that's a disconnect there as well, too, because when you're trying to hustle, somebody who wants to be, let's say, a fashion designer and they got their degree, right? And they can't get a job because none of their pieces are selling. So they have to hustle or quote unquote work hard to try to make ends meet. So they hop on a little Uber and DoorDash and everything like that. And then Kim Kardashian will be somebody who doesn't think this person has any type of attributes or foundations behind them and say, well, this person may have not gone to school, or they don't have any business ideas, or they don't have any etiquette or any plans, or they just not working quote unquote hard enough. That's where the judgment lies. And I think that's where a lot of people get mad at her at that, because you have all of these credentials, you've worked hard. Guess what? In life, things don't happen. So you have to make ends meet by any means necessary. So you hustle, quote unquote, these little jobs here and there, get a little part-time gig, CVS somewhere, and you're still getting shitted on because you're still not working hard enough, according to. your famous friend over there.
But I think we have to be careful with how we categorize what are the I guess criteria to what working hard means, right? So for example, when you were just mentioning, how people with no degrees or people with, like low work experience, they have to take certain jobs that nobody wants. And I feel like that's kind of similar to what in New York City wise,
Mhm.
our mayor, Eric Adams, he recently had one of his press conferences where he was talking about the essence of low skilled workers. And he was saying like, yo, a lot of the low skilled workers, like people that work at Starbucks and people that, do these other types of jobs that are undesirable. These are the low skilled workers that have really been affected by the pandemic and all these things. And a lot of people like were coming at him for that because, to state or to make that statement that these people that these type of roles that require low skills aren't as valuable or aren't as essential as others really like spits in the face of these people that make the city, operate, right? So even, when you were mentioning like people that do DoorDash and stuff like that, or these type of jobs that people don't really want, I think we have to start thinking less about um like job elitism in a sense, where we have to start thinking less about these are the jobs that people don't want and start thinking about these are the jobs that people decide to do in order to get by, right? And even these type of jobs that people decide to do to get by, um you know for some it's like, yo, this is just what I have to do, in order to get, food on my table and all these things. And
But
for
that's
others
my
it's like,
point.
this is
That's my
right. but
point.
but but for others, it might actually be like, yo, this is what I really want to do right now. Like I'm sticking to it. It's not temporary. Like I'm comfortable like this because it fits with
No,
my
I don't think
lifestyle.
you understand. My point was that, like Eric Adams, like Kim Kardashians, those are the people who are saying these things. And that's
Mhm.
why that gives them the justification to say that you need to work harder because you don't have this. That was my point. And that
Okay.
person could be somebody with a degree. That's what I'm saying. You can have a fashion degree and you just can't get into the fashion industry. You may have to take these jobs. Or it can be a foreign medical doctor who can't get a licensure in the US and they have to make ends meet by any means necessary and to get the jobs. But because they get these kinds of jobs, Kim Kardashian, Eric Adams, whoever else would look down and say,
And
hey, I
shame
don't
them.
have
Yeah.
this. You don't have this. You need to work harder. How could you not work harder? There's so much opportunities in America for you to work harder and you just not. That was what my point was. And then
Right.
she gets on her soapbox and says, hey, if you girls in business, and she doesn't even know what kind of business is out there, if all the women in business, if you guys did this, you guys could work harder. At least you'll get like me. And I'm like, no,
Right. But
that's not how the real world
you're
works.
in a completely different net worth. Like you're a completely different tax bracket. Regardless of how hard I'm working, once again, you were born as a Kardashian. I was born as just a Jackson. So, I mean, the two just don't.
But the audacity of rich people telling poor people how to work is astronomical.
Right. But
How?
once again,
How can how
she's not, I mean, she's talking to all of us, but she's really talking to the ones that are very similar to her. That she's probably talking to
she?
the early well, not the early
I'm
Kardashians.
confused. I'm confused. Who the hell is her audience that she's trying to talk to then? If that's the
Can't be
point.
us. It can't be us
Because
because we weren't born with Kardashian money. So it's very easy for her to say, yo, work hard, when we literally came from households where both of our parents had to work multiple jobs, or even when we started getting into the workforce, we had to like struggle to find something that was at least livable wage. So she can't be talking to us because we've been working hard. So I don't know who she's chatting to. And the irony in that too is that you have people who quote unquote work their asses off and they don't get to the desired place that they want to be. Meanwhile, you have people that don't put in that hard work and they boom, big ass successful. So really the concept of working hard, and once again, it's skewed because we think work hard equates to more success. And that is definitely not how it works. right? So, you know, the people who think like Kim Kardashian, where it's like pull yourself by the bootstraps. That's a very conservative American mentality where you just gotta pull yourself up and you know get to work and things will come your way. These days and days, in this day and age, that's definitely not how things always go. So there's a whole bunch of nuances that these type of people don't tend to factor into their work hard ethic or their work hard mantras that a lot of people are experiencing on the day to day.
But, you know, in contrast, there are some people who agree with Kim Kardashian and they don't believe that anything that she said was wrong.
I'm
Like
sure they do.
they're all, it's like whether or not she's privileged, working hard is still something that you need to learn for yourself and work hard. And that is a true statement. But in the climate and in the context that she was trying to come off it was not a type of euphemism to say, hey, work your hardest and everything will work out for you. That's not where it's stemming from. You can see that she was trying to be shady. Like I said, she usually has her, hey guys, this is Kim. I'm going to be talking about this today. She has that kind of voice, that overcalculated voice. She was like, you need to fucking work harder. And I'm like, oh, where did the bass come from? And the cussing.
Boom, boom,
I don't think I hear Kim cuss maybe once in a blue moon that comes out, you know? So it's clearly directed towards someone. She ain't say who the shots was fired for, but I think I know. And it's always a ever-turning plot story, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to say it anymore, but, you know, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. That's all I got to say.
Wowzer. But to that point, and this is another point that I was thinking before we move on, where it's like, can you be in a space where you're like a Kardashian and you're privileged and you've had things always like handed to you and still understand the concept of hard work, right? So and I want to read this statement from Kim from another interview that she did with Variety, but she talks about her Skims line and she says, I definitely never imagined that it would be that successful. I do everything from picking the fabrics and the product design to the campaigns. I'm in the campaigns and I'm the fit model. It's a full-time job. Nothing comes easy. You really, really have to work really hard at it, right? So just taking that
really,
into
really,
context.
really.
Well, I don't know why she had to say really twice, but she really, really was trying to emphasize the fact that she works hard. So I'm not going to sit here and not say that she doesn't work hard at what she does for whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's
taking that. Nobody's taking that from her.
Right,
Whatever the hell she does, I don't know what she does. Nobody's taking away that.
She just explained to it. She picks the fabrics. She is the model. She's in front of the camera. She's behind the camera. She's pressing the 10-second timer. She is the audience.
Now you're being dirty.
The customer.
Now you're getting dirty.
The shopping cart. She pushes the shopping
now
cart.
You are getting dirty. You are playing unfair.
She does it all. She wears the Skims for you. So sis, how dare you sit there and say
listen, I'm fake as hell. I'm still gonna buy Skims. I got the Fendi Skims. I have Fendi Skims. I have multiple orders of it. I love the bodysuits. I mean, it's good quality. I'm fake. So what?
I'm fake. But yeah, no, I feel like privileged people or people in those type of positions is not to say they don't know where hard work is, but there's so much nuances to how they view other people who quote unquote don't work as hard as them that is really damaging to that type of mentality. And once again, we look at these celebrities that quote unquote work hard and we feel like, damn, I need to do more. The imposter syndrome seeps in, and I was like, yo, I'm not doing enough. I gotta be out here. I gotta bust my ass. And once again, we're not taking care of ourselves. We're overworking now because we're trying to compensate for what we don't have. And now we feel like, oh, I just gotta put more hours in at work, or I gotta, start something else. And we like run ourselves ragged trying to aspire to these higher levels of success that other people are just getting with a snap. So that whole working hard thing, and hell, I'm guilty of it myself, even at work where there's days where, I'm like trying to like do the most and do everything. And at the end of the day, I'm still getting paid the same rate. I'm still working the same hours. So my thing is, why am I trying to like push myself and go above and beyond to be that type of employee that says, yeah, I work hard? Well, it's just like, where's the rewards to that? Where's the benefits? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting a gold star, or extra money's not going into my account because I've worked harder one day versus the other. So I need to learn a matter of managing my workload and just taking a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel
I
the
think
same way?
a lot of people are going through that kind of process too. Because even when I look on Twitter and TikTok, everybody's like, "Fuck that job!" Like, and
Yeah, fuck that job.
it is like, and a lot of people just like, listen, it's not worth it anymore. And it's different from like our parents back in the day, because their work ethic is it's something to uphold. Like, I don't have my father or my mother's work ethic. My mother would always be on work maybe 20 minutes early just so she can start her day, make sure everything's okay, always punctual, on time. My dad is the same way. And I don't know, I used to be like that too. Recently, I don't know why I know that I have to leave my house at a certain number of time, and I still fuck it up every single day. I got to make sure this is set right before I leave, and I always make it at least. There's like a 7-minute grace period. If you clock in when I and if you make it past like 8:07, you're good. Like, but if it's 8:08, you get docked. But
Yeah.
the work ethic is vastly different. So a lot of us, millennials, Gen Zs, all of us, we are like, our mental health and our physical health is not worth the money that you're giving. And I think that's where we
Yeah,
are.
it's not worth the stress. Yeah. And I think, and I like the way that you mentioned millennials, because I think there is a generational gap between like the boomers, who all they know is hard work. All they know is getting up on time, getting to work, 9 to 5, boom, home, versus millennials and even Gen Zers are like, yo, I could still get work done, but I don't have to get the work done like, it used to be in the past. And I could, work smarter, not harder. And I think that's, definitely something that we've embraced much more now than in the past. And we do at this point prioritize our mental health and prioritize all these things because we know that it's more important than, once again, like clocking all these hours and, as I said, being the best employee ever. So our priorities are definitely different now than they were back in the day. And I actually found this article talking about the myth of working hard. And I feel like it's really important to how we even see ourselves and how we operate. So this guy says, yes, you should work hard, but what you choose to work on and the quality of your decisions matters far more than your success and wealth than hard work. It's better to be patient and calculated as you wait for the right opportunity to come along than it is to work yourself to the bone on the wrong thing. And that is a message. Another thing he says here, he says, there's this person that has an analogy for working on the right project. He says to fish where the fish are. So, and it says, there's no point in dragging yourself up at 5 a.m. in the cold darkness, diligently prepping your fishing gear, heading out to the water, only to sit around for 3 hours in an area without a single fish. That's a waste of hard work. And, taking that analogy and just applying it to what we're doing or where we are now, it's like a lot of us feel like, yo, I gotta, like, as I said, I gotta wake up, I gotta hustle, I gotta grind, and we're pouring all of our hard work into something that we're really not passionate about, right? So it's like, is it hard work? Yeah, it's hard. I mean, hard work and working hard are two different things. Hard work is like, yo, this shit is difficult. How the fuck am I getting through this shit? Versus working hard, where it's like, yo, I'm really like putting in the effort that is required to get the job done. And as I said, some people work hard they work hard for the hard work, or they do hard work that work. All right, whatever. I confuse myself.
I
The
get
point
it.
being is some people work hard at the hard work that they don't want to work versus doing the hard work to find something that they want to work hard on. And yeah, I mean, I think a few of us struggle with that every day, especially those who either like work for themselves, you don't have the guarantee of like a paycheck every week, so you really got to work extra. You have to work in different ways and work extra to kind of see the
That's why I
success that
was
you want.
mentioning the content creators. These people
Mhm.
have vast educational knowledge and marketing management, and they just want to make clothes or design art or get their foot wet in like a TV show or some kind of production or something like that, and it just doesn't work. Or like the starving artist, like what everyone says,
Yeah.
great minds, great talent, great creativity, but it's just not the timing for them yet, and then it's looked down upon when they try to make ends meet, and the excuse is that they don't work hard enough. That's just my whole spiel with things. But at the end of the day, like my mother always tells me, whenever we start talking about famous people, we could argue back and forth about them 1,000 times over, they still gonna get paid more than us. The first time she said that, I was like, shot through the heart. Like,
Bing
dang,
and
girl.
bong. Yeah,
But
big
she's
mood. I mean,
100% right.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really about Kim Kardashian. Like, she just sparked this conversation, but I really wanted to focus more on us, everyday common folk, who really try to take this
Yeah.
mentality of working hard and we really drive it to the ground. And I think my takeaway from this is that, I don't want to work. It's not even a matter of, oh, work smarter, not harder. I don't want to work hard at all, but I
Shoot,
understand that
you
I,
work, you better than me. I don't want to work at all.
no, well, there it is, mood. Some people, and this is who Kim Kardashian is talking to. People like you.
Suck ya.
You're not telling me that. You're telling her.
Yeah, I am. I'm.
But yeah, no,
I
I mean,
am.
really, I think at the end of the day, especially people in our generation and the upcoming generation, like our versions of hard work doesn't look like what it is in the past, and I feel like that's why we are seen differently, or people judge us on our work ethic. But at the end of the day, I would rather work hard towards something that is fulfilling me than just to work hard just for people
Yeah.
to say, I'm working hard. So I think that's what this article that I found was trying to say, where it's like, if you are going to work hard, make sure that the work you're doing is fulfilling, and make sure that it's something that is at least nourishing you in a way where the rewards of it doesn't look like the celebrities or the Kardashians of the world, but it equates to something that makes you feel like, yeah, this is an accomplishment or this is success, right?
There's a quote that's coming to mind, but I don't know if I'm going to paraphrase it right. It was like, if you love doing something, find something you love doing every day and it won't feel like work to you. Something like that.
Yeah. No, I know what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to passion. But
Yeah.
and I think for some people it does get discouraging when you are working hard at something, or you're working at something and you don't see the necessary, results that you're looking for, and that does get discouraging. So people feel like, damn, I'm not doing enough. But just stick with it. Consistency always leads to results at the end of the day. So yeah, don't get discouraged out here too easily. And take care of yourself. I didn't even get to it, but there's like a quick list of 12 ways to work smarter, not harder. I'm just going to rattle off real quick before we wrap up. But this article here, it's from this site called Lifehack, but there's 12 ways to work smarter, not harder, to be more productive. The first way is to improve your time management skills. The next one is speed up your typing and use shortcuts. This is more technical stuff. Learn how to use productivity tools, use your phone wisely, keep a tab on your tabs. I guess this is when it comes to like that type of work. Use a to-don't list. Expect
I like that one.
failures and fight paranoia. be concise,
Mm.
ask the right questions, learn as much as you can, look after your greatest resource. If you didn't know, your greatest resource is you. Don't fall into the
Aw.
trap of working smarter and harder. And the most important thing is just it's all about being productive and how you treat your productivity. So yeah, I mean, yeah, as I said, I don't want anyone to necessarily have to work hard if they don't have to, but I really want people to be mindful of the work that they're doing, and be less focused on, I gotta do everything, and just be more focused on, yeah, everything I'm doing is exactly what I want to do. What do you think?
I think that I am definitely taking the to don't list and running with it. But I also agree, having a good balance definitely would also go into that list of working hard, but still having some kind of meaning behind it. So you don't feel, and I don't know if, I know you didn't want to stay on Kim Kardashian's topic, but just referencing to her, I don't know if she knows what burnout feels like, because even if she's quote unquote working hard, she still has luxury just as hard. So she
Boy, oh
doesn't
boy.
understand that aspect of actually working hard and then trying to burn yourself out from it and build yourself back up when you don't have that type of, luxury to get a massage or take the day off or go shopping on Rodeo. Like, I don't think any of that went into her mindset, because us, we work hard. And yeah, there might be some satisfaction if you have a good work-life balance, but there's
Hashtag use your
still a
PTO.
trigger. There's still a trigger of some essence of burning out. You're gonna tire yourself out naturally. So I think on that list, I am adding my to don't list.
Right.
I love it. But I'm also adding, my self-care days, because I need that when I'm burnt out.
Word. Yes. And that's the whole thing with working hard. We don't care hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's a t-shirt. Work hard, care hard.
Yep.
Care harder. Come on, merch. Damn it. See, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about.
You're welcome. But to don't, not to don't today.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, that's, as I said, that's the stuff that we want to take away from this episode. Just all those things that we mentioned. So yeah, that's about it. Do we have anything this week to wrap up with?
Sure, of course we do. Rovie comes through with her Queen of the Block list.
Queen of the Block.
You you're using that Kim Kardashian intimidation voice, and it's triggering me. But in regards to working hard, I know we all are talking about that, but segueing into this, I am sick and GD tired of changing my password.
Oh no.
Every day I feel like I have to change my password. And guess what? I am logging into the same devices every day. But I always get this frantic email that comes up, new login from a new device, and it's the same device every single time. Now, I'm aware that there's scammers that are out there that's trying to get your password, and some of these emails look similar, but I can point out that it's really just the same operating system that keeps telling me that I need to change my password. And my passwords be elite. I be doing splits, backhand flips, adding extra key strokes into it. And they still want me to change it even more. And don't let me get started on the suggested passwords Chrome and Safari always tries to give me. It looks like some kind of hieroglyphics when I try to put it in. And they expect me to remember that. I'm old now. I just can't do it. And I'm just not for, me, I just can't keep changing passwords because I have the memory of Dory in Finding Nemo. And by the time I remember it, I forget one keystroke. Like, I don't remember the password for anything. If there's an exclamation point, a star, a symbol somewhere, or they're going to ask me for my childhood street name, your grandmother's maiden name, your pet name, and then all of a sudden I'm part of the 40th Street Green Gang. Like, what the hell? Wow. I can't. I just can't do it no more. I don't know how other people feel, but I don't have another password left in me. I could barely remember the password in my phone now. Now we have Face ID. Like shit, what's my password again? But here we are. So I'm blocking, changing passwords every day. Maybe we could do like a 90-day trial, 180-day probationary period. That's how long it takes for a job to wonder if you're going to stay around, right? Why can't we have that kind of same stipulations for passwords? I don't know. I'm blocking passwords. I'm logging in once, and that's all you're going to get from me.
One and done.
if it pops up, your password means, too bad, can't get on emails today. God's telling me, take that self-care day for yourself. Shoot. You know what really messes me up too? That the same device that I log into a different device with the same password that they said doesn't work, and it works on the different device. So it won't work on my laptop, but it works on my phone.
It's a scam. It's a big scam, dogs.
Yeah,
I blame the government. I don't know. Something.
The government.
Someone's involved. Someone's capturing.
Clearly not IT, because IT is always working on the issue. We're working on the issue right now. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Well, there it is.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, now that I've had this whole spiel and tidbit of working harder, and no shame on the IT game, but I'm about to join. So I could work on password emails as well.
Yo, every time you talk about, every time you do this block list, you always talk about something you need to invest in or something you need to start doing, which is a segment in itself. It's like, yo, Rovie's dream job or Rovie's dream investment. Like, yo, I need to start investing in information technology because these passwords, like,
it's true. Up, you mad. I can't even get mad right now. Now I have a spam notification in my email, and I just can't. I just can't.
There it goes.
I can't anymore. But yeah, I'm blocking passwords. I don't have that memory anymore. I'm getting older every year. I'm about to just come back to only 1 or 2 passwords, and I can't remember what I even ate yesterday. So blocking it.
All right. I hear that.
Yep.
Wow. All right. Yes, passwords. My quick cue for the week is the pandemic over? Did I not get the memo that the penny's done? Because I would love to know. If someone has the answer to that, then fill us all in, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm walking outside, no more mask. I see the mask hanging out of people's pockets, not even on their face anymore. Masks have now become a fashion statement. It's not even on some, I need us to be safe. Big, nice energy outside. Everyone is just outside, no mask, just shorts and vibes. And even like, the mayor and all these people are saying, yeah, masks are now optional. Restaurants don't got to check for it anymore. Like, just walk on in, no vaccine checks. And I'm just like, did Mother Nature say, party done, and now we're back outside? I just need someone to answer that question for me. When did the penny finish? And who gave the order? Joe Byron didn't put an executive order out saying the pandemic's done. So who is saying this?
I can't give you an answer because the pandemic never happened over here. So
yikes.
So we are in like a time loop. Like, I don't know what's coming or going. It ain't never happened. You know Miami been open. There was no pandemic in Miami. Yes. There was none.
Big Willie energy. Yes, we all know what's going on over there.
There was not one bit of pandemic here. I'm sorry. It wasn't.
That is sad. That is really sad. The only pandemic around there was Wet Willie's. So there's that.
Wet Willie's was closed. So that tells you something, doesn't it?
Well, it should. It should tell you something. But y'all Miamians stayed Miamian. So who's the real fools? I don't know. But
I'm just saying I can't answer for you. Somebody will, but it's not here.
Well, hey, these questions don't usually have answers. So I'm just saying, when did the pandemic finish? Because as I said, I didn't get that memo. So I don't know. Anyway, for those who are the young and the basilisk or not, thank you for watching. Or sorry, not watching. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching, but thank you for listening. If you're on our other podcast platforms, which is SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You see how I twisted that one? See how I got myself back?
Claps.
What?
Claps.
Oh, okay. We're getting claps instead of actually clapping now.
Claps for you. I was encouraged.
Oh, I see. This must be a TikTok thing. I don't know. Anyway, so make sure to check us out on our social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, ironically, and Twitter for the podcast. Make sure to check us on our personal social media, Rover, myself, slide into DMs, ask some questions. And speaking of questions, if you have questions for us and if you would like to be on the show, call 1-800 Jerry Springer. No, I'm joking.
This is the second time I'm getting secondhand embarrassment. Geez.
Call 1-800-99 Jerry. No.
Oh my third.
sophigpodcast@gmail.com. And get your tickets today. No. And we'll definitely get back to you. I don't know why I started thinking about Jerry Springer. That was mad random.
I need you to get off the train at the next stop immediately. Take this passenger off the train.
If my train goes off the track, bring it up. Bounce back. Okay.
Thank you everyone for listening. It was a pleasure. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. And I'm glad you are not as judgmental as I am.
Wow. Yeah.
Later, y'all.
Another lyric, but no.
No. Later, y'all. Y'all. No. We're not doing that. No more lyrics. You wanted to be a rapper and we stopped. So we ended it now.
Say goodbye, Rovie.
Bye.